even when I was heavy and I got really overweight and bloated from, later on we'll talk about my sugar condition. And when I gained weight from that, I still felt strong, and I would, I go chop wood, and I felt good, you know what I mean? And when this hip thing happened, I did not feel good. I was in so much pain, I was nauseous every day.
The Alec Baldwin you remember is gone. Welcome to Legends Gone. This is the story of the health scare that forced a Hollywood legend to change or disappear forever. It wasn't a movie role that sparked his biggest transformation. It was a doctor's terrifying 2-word warning. On this episode of Legends Gone, we reveal the diagnosis that changed Alec Baldwin. This isn't a story about fame. It's about survival. A Hollywood legend on the brink of a life-altering illness. Welcome to Legends Gone, where we explore the moments that redefine a legacy. It all began in 2011 with a routine doctor's visit that turned out to be anything but. Alec Baldwin was given a stark diagnosis. He was pre-diabetic. His doctor gave him a clear ultimatum: eliminate sugar completely or face the almost certain onset of type 2 diabetes. For Baldwin, this wasn't just health advice. It was the catalyst that would make the legend of old disappear, forcing a complete reinvention of his body and life. A life-changing health diagnosis. What if a single doctor's visit could completely alter the course of your life? For many of us, it's a terrifying thought, but for actor Alec Baldwin, it became his reality. Back in 2011, Baldwin received a stark warning from his doctor that would force him to confront his own mortality and habits. He was diagnosed with pre-diabetes, a critical tipping point where blood sugar levels are high, but not yet high enough to be type 2 diabetes. Honestly, hearing that kind of news would be a massive wake-up call for anyone. It's that moment you realize your daily choices have real, tangible consequences. The doctor's advice wasn't just a casual suggestion, it was an ultimatum. He was told in no uncertain terms that he had to eliminate sugar from his diet to prevent the full onset of the disease. This medical directive, coming from a trusted professional, served as the undeniable proof that a major change was not just recommended, it was essential for his survival. He couldn't ignore it. He had to act. But Baldwin didn't just listen to the warning. He took a drastic step that most of us would struggle to even consider. Here's the part they don't tell you about how deep that change really went. This diagnosis wasn't a setback. It was the catalyst for a radical new lifestyle, starting with what was on his plate: the strict no-sugar mandate. When you hear cut out sugar, what comes to mind? Probably ditching soda, candy, and dessert, right? Well, for Alec Baldwin, it was a far more radical commitment. He embraced what can only be described as a no-sugar mandate, a complete overhaul of his eating habits that went beyond the obvious culprits. This wasn't just about skipping sweets. It meant eliminating refined carbohydrates like pasta, white bread, rice, and even potatoes, foods that the body quickly converts into sugar. I have to admit, I can't imagine giving up pasta and bread entirely. That requires a level of discipline that is truly impressive. This dramatic dietary shift was heavily influenced by his wife, Hilaria Baldwin, a well-known yoga and wellness expert whose philosophy clearly shaped his new path. Her expertise provided a credible framework for his journey, grounding it in proven wellness principles. Instead of chasing fad diets, his focus shifted to stabilizing his blood sugar and achieving metabolic balance. The results were nothing short of remarkable. This strict lifestyle change led to a significant weight loss of about 25 pounds for his role in the film Blue Jasmine, and contributed to a visible improvement in his overall health and vitality. But changing his diet was only half the battle. What he did for exercise is just as surprising, and it completely defies the typical high-intensity celebrity fitness model. With his diet finally dialed in, he needed an exercise plan that was both effective and, more importantly, sustainable for the long haul. Baldwin's low-impact fitness routine. Forget the stereotypical image of a celebrity enduring brutal, high-intensity gym sessions for hours on end. What if I told you Alec Baldwin's secret weapons for fitness were actually Pilates and a spin bike? It's true. He became a devotee of low-impact but highly effective exercises, particularly Pilates and spinning at SoulCycle, often working out alongside his wife Hilaria. These activities are fantastic because they build core strength, improve coordination, and boost cardiovascular health without putting excessive strain on the body. It's so refreshing to see a focus on enjoyable and sustainable movement, rather than pushing for extreme, punishing workouts. It just feels more human, you know? He openly admitted that he's less inclined to pursue intense gym sessions, and has also tried yoga and some running, though running wasn't his favorite. This choice highlights a mature approach to fitness, prioritizing long-term health and consistency over short-term aggressive goals. He found what worked for him, what he could stick with, and that made all the difference. But there's a deeper, more personal layer to his fitness regimen, something tied to emotional stress and personal challenges that you rarely hear public figures discuss so openly. This approach wasn't just about building muscle. It was about healing his body from the inside out, which brings us to a much deeper aspect of his journey. Connecting mind, body, and trauma. Have you ever felt stress manifest physically in your body, like a knot of tension in your shoulders that just won't go away? Alec Baldwin believes that's precisely where we hold our trauma, and his fitness routine is designed to address it directly. This is where his journey takes a turn from the purely physical to the deeply holistic. He developed a rare and insightful view that physical health is inextricably linked with mental and emotional well-being, especially after navigating significant personal and professional challenges. I find this to be the most compelling part of his story. It's a powerful acknowledgement that true wellness isn't just about what you see in the mirror. He specifically mentioned that he holds trauma physically in his shoulders, a detail that's incredibly vulnerable and relatable. To address this, his wife Hilaria, with her deep expertise in yoga and wellness, helps him with assisted stretching, a practice that allows him to release that stored tension. This mind-body connection is a cornerstone of his regimen, allowing him to heal and strengthen on both a mental and physical level. It's a sophisticated approach that reflects a mature understanding of health, prioritizing sustainable well-being over temporary physical feats. To support both his low-impact workouts and his focus on holistic healing, he needed the right nutritional building blocks to fuel his recovery. Fueling recovery with supplements. So, with such a strict no-sugar, low-carb diet, how does someone like Alec Baldwin ensure they're getting enough high-quality protein to recover from workouts and maintain muscle mass? That's where smart supplementation comes in. While there isn't a public record of the specific brands he uses, it's known that whey protein is a favorite in the fitness world for its ability to support muscle building and enhance recovery. It makes perfect sense. When you significantly reduce carbohydrates, a clean and efficient protein source becomes absolutely essential for repairing muscle tissue after Pilates or spinning sessions. It's all about targeted nutrition, not just taking supplements blindly. For someone on a no-sugar mandate, the choice of protein would be critical. He would likely opt for a whey protein isolate, which is popular because it has very little to no lactose and, most importantly, can be found without the added sugars and artificial flavors that would contradict his entire dietary philosophy. This strategic use of supplements would help him maintain lean muscle mass during his body composition changes and ensure his body had the fuel it needed to fully recover. So, with the diet, the unique workouts, and the right fuel, what was the final result of this complete lifestyle overhaul? Putting all these pieces together, the diet, the mindful exercise, the mental focus, and the right fuel led to a truly remarkable outcome, the impressive health transformation. So what does it all add up to in the end? A life saved, a body transformed, and a completely new outlook on what it means to be healthy. Alec Baldwin's journey is a powerful showcase of how a holistic, thoughtful, and sustainable approach can lead to profound changes. The most visible result, of course, was his significant weight loss of around 25 pounds, but the transformation went far beyond the scale. It was about achieving better overall health, vitality, and a balanced state of well-being that he could maintain for the rest of his life. Looking at his journey, it's abundantly clear that this was never about a quick fix or a fad. It's a testament to how a frightening health scare can become the ultimate catalyst for positive, lasting change. It's genuinely inspiring. His story demonstrates that the most effective fitness plan is one rooted in consistency, enjoyment, and a deep connection between the mind and body. It proves that you don't need extreme measures to achieve impressive results. Just commitment, mindfulness, and the courage to redefine what health means to you. In the end, this wasn't just a weight loss story. It was a story of transformation born from necessity. A legend was not lost, but reborn, stronger and healthier. The key takeaway? True change comes when you have everything to lose. If this story of transformation moved you, subscribe to Legends Gone for more incredible journeys. Comment below with a legend whose story you want to see next. Remember, sometimes you have to let go of who you were to become who you're meant to be.